and I worked with Dekko Designs on my capstone project. I worked with Mayor Milam as my client representative and Bobby Long as my advisor. So to give a little intro to Dekko Designs, Mayor Milam was my coworker at the time, and she came to me with an idea. She's like, hey, I want to sell really cute, chic cards, greeting cards, in local shops in Santa Cruz. And so her problem at the time was that she just had an idea. She didn't have a business yet. She didn't have anything. She needed a product and she needed a brand in order to market that product. So the solution that I proposed to her was a graphic identity package, which consists of a logo and stationery design, and also 2 lines of greeting cards, which consist of illustration and typesetting. So to start off the logo design process, I first started with research. I listened to what the client was wanting. She wanted something chic, she wanted something modern. So I created a mood board with logos that I thought fit those words, and then shared it with her in order to receive feedback. I then began sketching. These were some of my first sketches that I did. I took those sketches to the computer and to Adobe Illustrator and started creating 3 separate concepts for the logo. One typographically based, one more symbol based, and one a combo of the 2. These are the 3 final logos that I designed and ended up showing to the client, and the client ended up picking this one, this watercolor logo. And for this watercolor logo, I actually created 15 different splotches, and then finally ended up with the perfect one, chose that, scanned it, edited it in Photoshop, and then combined it with the text in Adobe Illustrator. I then used that logo on stationery, which included a letterhead, an envelope, and business cards. Next was the greeting card illustration process. So I created 2 separate lines of greeting cards, one marbled and one watercolor. In order to create the marbling, you mix some oil paint and some paint thinner. You drizzle it in a thin layer of water, and then you dunk the paper in that mixture, and you come up with a marbling design. For the watercolor line, I hand did all the watercolor illustrations myself, came up with the ideas, and then combined them to create the final greeting card illustrations. So the marbling line has gold foil as the typography, and then for the watercolor line, I chose all the fonts to match the cards perfectly, the mood of the cards perfectly, and for the one that I couldn't find the perfect font, I hand did it, which is the cactus card over in the lower left-hand corner. After I had the cards and the branding set, I went to work designing a website so that the client had a web presence. This is the home page. I did all of the product photography as well. This is what the shop page looks like. And this is what the about page looks like. That's a picture of me and Mara on there. Then I expanded the product line to include a gift tag and a to-do list notepad. Those designs were inspired by the watercolor card line, and the notebook and pen were inspired by the marble line. The tools that I used to create this process included Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, and I also used Weebly to create the website. For the next steps in this project, I want to choose an appropriate recycled paper to keep the business eco-friendly, find a perfect print shop so that I can use the gold foiling on my marble line cards, and then approach potential buyers in Santa Cruz, seeing if they would want to sell my cards in their shop. Thank you, and if you want to learn any more about my project and come see the cards in person, I'll have the cards along with some of my original watercolors in room 105.